Hey guys, I want to introduce you to my new cars. We got a 1929 Durant here, and then I have a 1914 Princess that's still buried in the back there. We're going to have to dig it out in a little while. That 1914 Princess is maybe one out of 3 cars left in the world. Very rare car. I can't believe it even ended up in my hands. So we're going to go over that when we get it home and get out of here. We'll go over the Durant when we get it out and we get it out of here. I want to take some video before I loaded it on the trailer because this place is kind of like my childhood dream. This was put together by a gentleman named Alex, and I met him through a Craigslist ad. He's very interesting, unique, creative, hard worker, and he's really built this unique town, this whole area full of antiques, old cars. It's almost a picker's dream. This would be like the grand finale of American pickers if that were a thing. And I'll give you a little walk around if he likes me. I'm going to introduce you to Alex. But yeah, I just want to show you the guys the car. We'll go over it when we get home, and stay tuned for more. I want to introduce you to my new friend. This is Alex. Alex is one of my new idols, actually. He sold me 2 vehicles. He's collected just an amazing collection here. He has a very creative mind, very hardworking guy. He makes all these creations on his own. And I want to introduce you to him because he's part of the cars that I'll be working on's history. And I want to share that history with you guys. Would you like to say anything about the vehicles, or?
Well, what can I say? You know, there's some old cars here, you know, rare cars, and almost like, you know, like something that you get to see, really, you know.
Right.
It's pretty hard to explain, you know. But there's cars from Buick, Chevrolets, Auburns, Maxwells, and Overlands, all sorts of name cars. They were all manufactured in Detroit here, you know. And the Princess that, you know, like you bought.
Right. So I'm excited to get working on it, yeah.
Yes.
So this Princess is a very rare vehicle, and Alex has owned it, you said, what, 25 years?
And there's 2 Franklins in here, and there's a lot of cars, mostly in the 20s, you know. And so they're all waiting for the home.
Yeah, well, luckily I'm one of the homes for 2 of the cars, so
Yeah.
I just want to thank you again for giving us the tour of the property. I love everything that you've done, all the creations you made
It
from
was
your
my
town.
pleasure. It was my pleasure.
And I'm just excited to get working on the cars, and I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to edit these videos,
Yes.
and just
Yeah.
I really respect what you've done, and I
Yes.
appreciate you selling me
Well,
the vehicles.
and I hope you keep in touch
Absolutely. Thank you,
know,
Alex, so much.
forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it so much. I want to go over one of the cars that I bought today. This is a 1929 Durant. I'll get into the other car I bought later on, but I just wanted to cover a little bit about this car. So Durant was one of the he was the founder of GM, General Motors. And after he got let go from General Motors, he started his own company, and this was one of his cars named after him, called the Durant. When I bought this car, I wasn't really sure what I was getting because it was buried in the barn. I got a really good deal on it, but I didn't really know what I was getting into. And when I got it home, I power washed it off. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. This car's in excellent shape. It's been kind of redone once. Somebody did like a half-hearted restoration, maybe in the 50s, where they painted it, because originally it was blue. And you can see they did a little bit of engine work, a little bit of this, but it wasn't a bad car even when they restored it. So it's not like they welded patches in, it was all rotted out. These cars are actually built on a wooden body, like the framework is actually wooden, and I've had nightmare stories that I could tell you about on older cars that I've done that have that. Solid. So we're gonna do a little walk around real quick on this, and I'll show you some of the stuff on this car. This has a straight 6 Continental engine, and I'm not an expert on Durants, but I think they switched over in 29 to the 6-cylinder, and I've seen YouTube videos of this thing running, and it actually it's so quiet, it's amazing. It has like, for example, this like leather belt instead of, say, like a V belt that you'd see on a modern engine is all stapled together. The one in the video I saw running, all you could hear was it clicking over there, like click, 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 click. It's that quiet that you can hear those details. Unfortunately, the motor is locked up. I'm gonna get into freeing it up. I'm pretty good about freeing motors up. If it has to be rebuilt, it will be rebuilt. Unfortunately, also, you can see 2 of the freeze plugs have blown out, which means that the antifreeze that was in it was probably more on the water side. It froze. The expansion of the water inside the water jacket blew the freeze plug out, and that's going to be something that I have to deal with. Luckily, these old castings are very, very solid, and hopefully it's not cracked. There's not like water in the oil. So I'll probably put new freeze plugs in there. I'll pressure check it, make sure everything's good there. And I'm sure this engine will be fine, actually. I'm pretty confident. It's pretty hardy, pretty old engine. I'll get it going. These cars aren't worth a ton, so I don't want to get into restoring the entire thing. I just want to kind of like get the motor running, paint it up, and make it a nice little driver. You can see that when someone rebuilt it too, they put silicone in the head gasket. They have silicone here, there's silicone here, so I don't know if they had like an actual gasket kit or they just slapped the thing together with silicone. This will be interesting. I'll get into it. Pretty basic engine, but it's all there, it's complete, and it's pretty freaking awesome, to be honest with you. I love how like the bell housing right here is completely exposed. You can see that the starter, you know, hits the flywheel here. Instead of having your transmission right behind it, the transmission actually goes through a little drive shaft and then goes into the transmission right underneath where the shifter is. Just different. I like old stuff. There's a lot of history in this car. It was made in Michigan. I just like it. It's just cool. Window comes up. That's your you know, your 1929 AC option right there. You can see that the doors open and close nicely. My buddy Alex that I bought the car off of was kind enough to give me several yards of mohair material, and I actually took sewing lessons at Chillian Fabrics, oddly enough. And I'm just going to stitch this up because with a lighter gauge sewing machine that I have, I can actually sew mohair. I can sew all this stuff. These are flat panels. This will be simple reupholstery for me to do. It'll be fun, and I'd love to get into it, but it's all there. It's all intact, so I can take patterns off of it. Let's check it out. We got the wooden wheels. You know, you can't go anywhere without your oak wheels in 1929. So we got that. We have nice little grease caps or hub caps that say Durant right on it. This body is in actually immaculate shape. Like I said, originally it was blue. Somebody painted it, pinstriped it. I do like the green. It looks cool. The rubber on here, they don't make rubber like they used to. This is super solid. We got Kelly tires on it, tubes. And then, yeah, I mean, the car's just in great shape. I just wanted to kind of show it off. I'll make more videos as it goes along. Obviously, this one's going to be on the back burner for a while because I have 6 other project cars going on right now, and this is not my main business. I have other things that I do to take up my time, but yeah, this thing's awesome. So I want to kind of show you guys. I will post another video of the other car that I got, which is an incredibly rare car, which I can't even believe I can get my hands onto and work on. So we'll go over that tomorrow. Thanks, guys.